Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse review. Here I have a triple platinum, or as I like to call these, platinum Jamboree review. I take a look at a bunch of hard to find or platinum chase figures. So, starting from the left, we have Jade. She was released quite a while ago. I've had her since about August of 2025. I've just been sitting on her, haven't opened her yet. And then Guardian and Dark Flash came out as part of the most recent wave of figures. Came with Riddler, Scarecrow, and Batgirl, DC Classics figures. Excited to open up the Dark Flash and Jade. Guardian I don't know too much about, but he looked pretty cool. I think he was in Young Justice. Jade, that's Jade. There's the barcode if you're looking for her in store. Art card, artwork. Guardian here. Looks like a reuse of Kyle Rayner. There's the barcode for you. There's the card art on the back. And yeah, this box is pretty banged up. I found this at Walmart. I guess no one wanted it to survive. Yeah, that box has seen better days. But yeah, there's the card art on that. But yeah, let's go ahead and open these guys up. Alright, finally got them all out of the box. Flash, he took the while because of all that crushed up box. But anyway, so as all of these are red platinum, I like to cut out the platinum stickers. I would not recommend doing this. If you do this, this is at your own risk. As you can see, there's a lot of sharp edges from me cutting them out. Again, do it at your own risk. I am not responsible if you cut yourself. They each come with a figure stand. Both Guardian and Jade have one on them right now because they don't want to stand up properly. But that one will go into the pile since Dark Flash can stand up just fine. And then their art cards. We'll start with Jade. Here's Jade. Hers is slightly rounded at the tip. I forgot when they used to do that. And there you can see her real name, so read up on the character. But, typically the daughter of Alan Scott Green Lantern. Anyway, I'll put that in the card pile. And then we got Guardian here. Guardian's kind of like a bunch of different people taking up the mantle and stuff. But there's a little read up on this figure. I'll probably put him with my either my Justice League figures or my Young Justice Teen Titans figures. And then here's Dark Flash's card. Surprisingly long read up, all things considered. Since this is not technically a single person, it's multiple different people that have the Speed Force. But yeah, put that in the binder as well. And then accessories time. So I'm going to start off with Dark Flash since that figure is mostly just reuse. So Dark Flash here, I need to see, now he's not standing up. So Dark Flash, there's the head sculpt that came with the original Dark Flash figure, but he also comes with two alternate options that actually were shown off in the original Dark Flash art card. I don't have that, but you have two different options. You have an open mouth. You have kind of like a goblin looking head, and you have more of a smile over here. Personally, I think I'm going to go with this one, but it's as easy as just popping the head off and putting the other one on. This one's, there we go. That one gave me a little trouble. But as you can see, there you go. You can have that head on. I will say, I think they gave him a shorter neck peg. This might be the longest neck peg, but I don't think it is. This one actually kind of works with this particular neck length. But yeah, there's the three different heads you can put on. And let me see if I can get him to stand. It's this foot here that's giving me trouble. Alright, that's good enough. Let me lower this again. And there we go. We'll go with Jade next here. Jade, she only gets a pair of hands. She has trigger finger hands. I don't know why. She has nothing to hold. And her effect pieces here are actually reused from the Raven's Teen Titans Wave figure. Hopefully they do another Raven figure. That's like my only other want now that we basically know that Jessica Cruz, Zatanna, and Black Canary are coming. So yeah, I wish she came with something else. And then Guardian, he gets a shield. And it admittedly is a nice shield. It has a handle on the back, so if you want to do some figure customization, you could probably put like a hook or something on his back and it would hold And it doesn't look too bad on his back there. And his foot just came right out the peg. The idea here, of course, is that you would shove this into his hand, and he's got his shield. It's a bit small, though, I will say. I don't think it's supposed to be this small. Like, when I look at the art card, it looks way bigger. So, yeah, it's kind of disappointing how big his shield is, and mine has a bit of a... Okay, that's just adhesive on there. That'll come off with... yeah, that's off now. Okay. So, we'll start with Dark Flash, because, again, he's mostly complete reuse. I have the original figure here, and personally speaking, while I do like the gold and the wash on that figure better, I do like the yellow more on the new one, just because it stands out more. Also, if I go down here, you can see he has yellow boots instead of no boots, but he doesn't have any stripes painted on his waist piece or his legs. They just completely neglected the paint there, but I just don't know why they did that. Head sculpts wise, you could swap these out. So here's the original head next to the redone one, and if you notice, if I go back up again, the eyes are actually painted red on the new version, the Platinum Chase, whereas the old one just had a white eyes. But I'm just really glad we got these new, or rather, these head sculpts that we saw years ago when this figure came out. I'm just glad we finally got them. I think this figure came with some effect pieces originally. I got this guy loose, so I'm not quite sure. I know he came with an art card, but if you did want to swap the head on this guy, it's as simple as doing it on the other one. You just take his head off, and then if you want the newer head sculpt on, that's what that looks like. And, even with the yellow on it, I think it does work pretty well. Like, it stands out more, you look at his head more. I do like the newer head sculpt on it, especially with the red eyes, and if you want it to match your other Dark Flash figure, you can. And then here's the other head sculpt. I don't think this one works as well just because of the skin tones clashing. So his skin tone on his arm is much darker than his face there, at least on that head sculpt. It doesn't look as good if you ask me. But, with this one, you can kind of get away with it just because of the shape of the head sculpt. The shape of the head sculpt as well as the expression. Like, he's like really stretching his face, so it would make sense it's a little bit brighter. But I'm going to go ahead and put the original head sculpt back on, just so we can more easily differentiate. But like I said, glad to have the head sculpt options between those two. So go ahead and put those down, and then we'll do Jade next. So Jade here, originally I thought that this head sculpt was a reuse from the Batwoman Beyond figure. I think that's what it was, the unmasked one. But I am almost certain that this is a completely new head sculpt. The hair, I believe, is reuse, but the head sculpt looks new to me. And it's painted really well. The green is a different green to this green, as well as the green on her arms and her thighs there. So I do like that. Not a big fan of the reuse of the Catwoman body mold. I don't mind the reuse of the hand pieces, but I'm not going to do an articulation segment on this figure just because we've seen it plenty of times. But if you went to head sculpt articulation, there's no tilt. Looks down, and because of the hair, it ain't going to look up at all. So that's that. What's interesting about this figure is that this was a fan vote. So they made a fan vote, and this figure won. And then they made it a red platinum chase that you couldn't pre-order directly. Like, why bother having a fan vote character if you're not going to directly make them purchasable? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, yeah, it won the fan vote. It should get a regular release. And if it did get a regular release, it'd probably be easier to repaint this body mold, because with it being a red platinum chase, and, well, it's not highly desired, it's going to be more than the base price of these figures now. It's probably going for at least $30. Wouldn't surprise me. And then Guardian here. I think Guardian's the most disappointing of the three, if you ask me. His shield is tiny. Like, this thing, like, it's barely bigger than his torso. Like, it ain't going to protect him all that well. Like, maybe it's good for parrying in Dark Souls, but he doesn't have a holding hand on his right hand. He's got a fist. It's just lame. It's like, give me a big shield or don't give me one at all. Like, ugh. Yeah, this is a complete reuse of the Starman and Damage body mold because it has, the flat forearms there, and it doesn't have the Green Lantern ring molded on either hand. The only really new thing besides the shield is that head sculpt, which I do kind of like the head sculpt. The ear sticking out's a little weird, but yeah, I do like the head sculpt. They even added some paint down below on his actual face proper there, so it didn't look as strange, but I probably would have just kept that flesh tone from the ear to the mouth. It's just a bit weird having that be that gold color. But the eyes stand out, and I think that's the important thing. Does he have a bit of a nose in there? I don't see any nose sticking out. But I could see people using this figure for customs because, the gold and the blue actually looks pretty good. It's a nice shade of blue. Nice shade of gold. Maybe Homelander custom. I mean, it'd be a tall task, don't get me wrong, but it has like the right texturing, the right color blue, and it's got some gold if you want it to stick out. But it's an okay figure, and we'll go ahead and do the head sculpt articulation. A lot of tilt. Looks up a decent amount, and looks down a decent amount as well. Can't complain on that. And then as usual, this is a reuse of that Kyle Rayner body. This upper torso piece doesn't want to move at all. I would not recommend it. If it doesn't feel like it's going to move, don't move it. Don't bother. It ain't worth it. So yeah, there's the 3 figures for you. Which one do you guys like the best? I think for me personally, it's got to be the Dark Flash, just because of the head sculpts and the potential to use it on other figures. But size comparison time. Let's go ahead and get these guys size compared. Dark Flash, he's about 7 inches tall exactly. Guardian is about 7 1/4. And then Jade is about 7 as well. Alright, so I got Jade here with the rest of my Green Lanterns, minus Alan Scott. He's on the shelf 2 down, but she looks pretty good next to them. She stands out, that's for sure. Kind of has inverted colors. Instead of green being the base, it's white. She looks good up there, even if she's not actually held up by anything but sheer friction. I do like it. She looks good. And then I got my Dark Flashes back there. You can see that they're just about the same height as the No Man's Land Batman and my custom Superman. That was a good custom. I think I showed that off in my one video. But Guardian's down here. Put him with the Teen Titans. I just felt like he fit in best there. The gold stands out. Looks good. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of those 3 figures. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.